So, Mega Jenga and how it's different. A coin toss, or actually, because I have no coins, so a dice roll will determine which team chooses first. Once the question is chosen by a question master on your team, which the question master is just the person who chooses the number and the person I'm going to look at to give me the answer. That answer must have been verified with your entire team. So, if let's say Jack is the question master. He picks question 4. He says, hey, I got an answer. And I said, did you check with your team? And his team's like, no, I'm not going to listen to his answer until he has checked with his team and his team has verified that they agree with the answer that he is going to provide me. If you get the answer right, somebody from your team gets to come to the tower and pull out a block. And you're like, well, that's not a good thing. It could fall over. But coming to the tower to pull out blocks gets you points. If you get the wrong answer, the opposite team has the opportunity to steal, which is why every single person on both teams should be solving the problem, because if you have the opportunity to steal, you only have 30 seconds to give me your answer. So you need to have your answer ready to go. Points. If you get the correct answer, you get 2 points. Then, if you get the wrong answer, you lose a point, or you get a -1. Because addition of a negative is the same thing as subtraction. If you get to the tower and you pull out a middle block, the middle blocks are easy, right? If you've ever played Jenga before, you know that those are kind of the safe bets. That's 1 point. If you pull out an outer block, those are the more difficult ones that often will cause the tower to fall. Last class, the team that was in the lead knocked the tower over and then lost. Because if you knock the tower over, you lose 10 points or you gain a -10 points. See what I'm doing there? The fine print of Mega Jenga. You are allowed to hold the tower. And you're like, well, what do you mean? These blocks, I made this set of Mega Jenga because I wanted a big class-sized Jenga set. But these blocks have a lot of friction to them. So unlike the real Jenga set where you can slide them out real easy, once I start pulling a block, it might start pulling the whole tower, and that's a bad thing. So you may use your other hands or fingers or whatever to hold the tower while I pull it out. Then I have 10 seconds to get the block back on the top. So I can't be like, guys, if you waste your 10 seconds, you then lose 10 points. So within 10 seconds, you got to get your block either on the right, the middle, or the left, depending on where the open space is. Now, like normal Jenga, I cannot pull a block from here. That is cheating. You must be at least on the 3rd row down. 3rd entire row. So say there's a block here. This does not count as a row. You could not draw from here. That is still only the 2nd row down. And the tower must stand for 30 seconds. Once you have put your block on top, after that 30 seconds, it's no longer your problem. Questions?
Do you have to get it out by a certain time, or can you
Nope. So I often, when I play Jenga, I tap around the tower and find out which one's loose, and then I just go for that one. Nope.
Why are there names on it?
So the names on there are if you are playing against a person. People play this at break and whatever. I just hadn't gotten it out to introduce it to you guys yet. If you win, then I let you graffiti, put your name on it, whatever. So I don't really care. I thought about, and I might this year, just have everybody put their name on one of the blocks at some point. Each person take a block, put your name on it, whatever. So do we have any questions about these rules, aside from why they aren't centered on the page? No questions? All right, so here is our, sorry, this is left over from last class. We have through 22. We have 22 possible questions. They are all in complete randomized order. I made this, oh, by the way, your homework tonight, completely optional. This exact assignment is going to get uploaded just in the Chapter 4 folder. Actually, I might put it just on the on the home of the materials page. So right when you go to the materials, I'm probably just going to make it the top thing there. So it's in your face. If you want to, it's optional. You can work through this whole assignment tonight. And I'll give it 5 opportunities or something like that. I might even make it 10 chances. It's not for a grade. It is just optional, extra practice if you want to review for the mastery. I will tell you, many of the questions on this assignment are very, very, very similar to what's on your mastery tomorrow. Yeah?
For the 5-1, 5-2, do we have to do that before or after?
Nope. I don't care about that assignment at all yet because we have not closed up Chapter 4. So it's alive, it's available for you. You do not have to get it done because we've not finished Lesson 5-2 because we didn't make it all the way through those notes. So I'm going to push that due date probably even further than where I have it because we'll finish 5-2 on Monday. So then that due date will probably really be Wednesday. So don't stress about that assignment yet. Chapter 4 is your priority. Quit dabbing, do your work. Any other questions? So we can start the game with a dice roll. However, I will give the opportunity to the gentleman team to be gentlemen and show that chivalry is not yet dead and let the ladies go first. Otherwise, I will roll the die.
Roll the dice.
All right,
Let
you
the
want?
ladies go first. Roll the dice. Roll the dice.
We got 2 dice roll votes.
Roll the dice.
Just roll the dice.
Okay, ladies,
Wow.
ladies, evens or odds? Even? It's an odd.
Hey.
Gentlemen, you want to go first or second?
I knew it was first.
All right. They must not like girls yet.
Hey, I wasn't the one who said it.
So, ladies, your question master doesn't really matter, but it has to change every turn, and every person must be a question master at some point before somebody doubles. You do not have to come to the tower. If you do not want to pull out a block, you do not have to. Just somebody from your team needs to. So, ladies, what question would you like? 10. Great number to start the game with. Pretty easy question to start the game with.
Oh my word.
What? They're randomized. They're completely random. Have you verified with your team?
Yes, we have, guys, right? It is 1/5.
They say it is 1/5. How do we know that it is 1/5?
Because it's the additive inverse of negative.
And what, like, so what do additive inverses do? When I add them,
Like, it would just, like, take away the negative.
it becomes.
Makes it the opposite of.
So what happens when you add a number and its additive inverse? And become 0, because there's 2 different ways to cancel out. You can cancel out to 0 and you can cancel out to 1. Now I forgot, in my rush to get the game started, because we don't have tons of time left to play this, we only have about 20 minutes, your teams have 30 seconds to choose a team name and then write it up here. Boys, you're going to be on this side of the board. Girls, you're going to be on this side. You keep track of your own points. So once you pull out your block, you then... So, ladies, you just got 2 points for the question. Then once you pull the block, then give yourself whatever total points for the round.
Yes, we are. Yeah, but they don't like it. Go, girls, team. What if it falls? No, it's Grace. Okay.
I don't.
Grace is going to pull. No, she's not. No. Okay.
School appropriate. Goes without saying, but school appropriate.
Okay.
Please watch my cable as you're coming up here. Try not to step on it.
No. Yes.
Are you guys trying to save the world?
We're the best team, man.
No, I do not agree on this.
This majority you are.
I know majority
Yeah,
rule.
actually three.
This is awful.
So it's 2.
That and spell it correctly, please.
That's amazing.
She just pulled the
Spell it correctly, please.
All right, gentlemen, it is now your question pick.
How many did we get?
So, did you do an outer or an inner?
Oh yeah.
Outer, so 2 points for the question, 3 points for the block, 5 points for the team.
Oh, I did it.
Gentlemen, 10 is gone. What question do you want? Who's question master?
We'll take number 1.
Mr. Bontley,
Please park the
numero
ladies
uno.
rentals. Please come to the office. Ladies rentals, please come to the office.
Yeah, I don't really set a time limit, but if you take a very long time, I'll probably be like, hey guys, we need an answer.
I had my second. I had my birthday.
This is a random question. I guess it's more for you. I mean, you guys should be solving this. That fourth quadrant of my board, like my assignment board, I've been trying to decide what to do with it. If I put like an other thing up there for like foundations or other stuff to think about, would you guys post things there for like whatever's going on those days? Like I don't want to control it. I want you guys like write a post-it or something up there. Do you think that'd be cool? So who's Jack's question master? So send your answers to Jack. I'll be right there.
Yep, we
What do you guys think? Jack?
Yeah, it's negative 82.
Negative 82. Remember, what does minus a negative do? Becomes plus a positive. So, gentlemen, come draw your block. Ladies, your next question.
Feel for it.
For Casey is your question master.
That one's that one's loose. Yeah, take that one. Nice and easy. It was so easy.
I have no idea.
Draw it on the board. No, draw it on the board. Do we just have to answer?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit higher, so it's actually negative. Remember, absolute value is the vertical
You
bars
got
that
it.
go
You got
beside
it. You got it.
So this is saying take your positive 74 and then add a negative 56. When we look at the addition rules,
Okay,
we can go back in our notes and check if you want. They have
In the middle.
different signs.
Hey.
So we ask ourselves, which
not
sign
there.
is more power?
I know,
The
it's
positive or
nerve-wracking.
Yeah, positive, right?
Boys,
So
your time's
they
up.
have
Oh,
different
God.
signs. Take the sign that has more power, so we know my answer is going to be positive. So we can totally get rid of that answer. Then do the difference
What
of
is your
any
team
answer,
name?
because they have
Boys,
different
outer
signs.
part. Okay, it says dot boy.
So really, we're just doing 74 minus 56. You're on it.
Sorry.
Oh, wait, 5.
Start
There we
on
go.
another.
5.
There.
All right,
5.
In addition, could I please have Ashley Devillers to the office?
Sparkle Queens. Do we have an answer for this?
Yes, we do.
Casey's your question master. So you need to come up here and show the number line of how we get to our answer. You don't actually have to like write out the equation. Just show the number line of how we get to our answer. So be ready to steal. If you think they might get it wrong, be ready to steal. Hey, you guys can help right now. This. So we have to do addition and subtraction from left to right. You can use a calculator on this one if you want. Let me grab one. So we start at our pot of 3.25. Then we're going to subtract 5.04. Do this one step at a time. So get that answer. Then we subtract 3.42, and then we add 1.2. So now this answer, I can just hit subtract and grab the answer, and then it's going to subtract away from it. So then we want to type in 3.42, we'll find that answer, and then we add the 1.2. The order of operations tells me I gotta work left to right. So with that, you can do that.
Yeah, it's like
I like to do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, we know. We did the tall end.
No, it's not that. It's not? No, it's not. It's wait, plus. What, guys, what is it? 4. No, that's correct. No, it's 8. Yeah, it's 8. It's 8. It is? Yeah, because it's positive 5.
Yeah, no, it should be. If that comes up as a wrong answer, it should be it.
Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
Gentlemen, you have the opportunity to steal. There is no question master on the steal. You just like.
We have it, right? Yeah.
So, ladies, unfortunately, this is incorrect. You do not get 8.
Alright.
Now, I would say more, but since the gentlemen have the opportunity to steal, I'm going to shut up for the moment. So, realize you have the opportunity to steal it back if they don't get it right. And gentlemen, you have 30 seconds.
I think we can.
So, well, I'll give you a minute since you need to come up and draw it.
Okay, wait. No,
No, I think you should do it.
okay.
Just go. One of you guys. I think you should do it.
Oh God, that was awful. Never mind.
You can use the eraser.
I'm so not
This
used to
doesn't
this.
matter, Colin.
Here, allow me to assist.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing I do like about the smartboard is you don't actually need any of the tools. If you use 2 fingers, it's an eraser. If you use your fingernail, it's a pen.
You don't have to. Draw as close as the squishy part of your
Yeah, well, something hard is all that matters.
Please pardon the interruption. Leah Gimble, please come to the office. Leah Gimble, please come to the office. Thank you.
You have to put the eraser flat. Don't worry about the time limit. I feel like you're stressing out. Just do the work to show. So, ladies, analyze what you did wrong because there are going to be problems like this on the mastery.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah, we do.
So go ahead and circle whatever your final answer is. And then go ahead and explain to us, Colin.
So, because -5 and 3, so -5 plus 3. So basically, you make the 5 positive, 5 minus 3, 2, add a negative sign in the 2, and get -2.
So you guys treated the 5 and the 3 like they were both positive, but you have to remember, thank you, Colin, that if they have different signs, they're fighting against each other, and we have to actually find the difference. And we use the sign of the more powerful one. So the negative is more powerful there. So gentlemen, you get to steal.
Take a middle one, Colin. Colin, take a
So here's the crazy. What question was that, by the way?
that was
4.
Colin, take a middle one.
So now, since that was a Sparkle Queens question, nope, you have to go there. You have to finish the row.
No.
Since this was a Sparkle Queens question, it is now a Dat Boy question. So, gentlemen, pick a question. You get to go again.
Okay.
And Colin, make sure you give yourselves your points. You got a correct answer for 2 and a middle block for 1, so you get 3 points.
I'd say 7.
7! Good prime number. Point J is coordinates -3. Point K is coordinates -13. What is the length of JK? No, I'm not just kidding.
Okay. No, I'm not.
Anybody need help? Anybody working on homework?
I need help with kind of.
Abby, I'll be right there because you are not being specific. So these throw people for a loop. We are looking for which one of these shows that they start with 6 negatives, 9 positives, and then group them together to pull out of the problem. So here, so here there's no negatives. Here there's no negatives. Here we have 9 positives and 6 negatives, but how are they pulling the negatives out? Here we have 9 positives and 6 negatives. How are they pulling that group out? So what do you think it means when they show an arrow coming out? Like if this box is the problem? Yeah, because it no longer matters. Because think about when I put a positive and a negative together, what happens when I have a positive and a negative?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, they make 0, right? So this no longer matters because that's all 0. Your answer is just 3. Yeah. 2, we have an answer. Verified with our team. Yes or no? Otherwise I'm going to help them. Yes? No? Surface? No? Okay.
Yeah, we have an answer.
It's not your question until you can steal it. You have to get it wrong first. So, what? Fine. Fine.
I'm sorry.
You know what really freaks people out? When like in the middle of the game I just come over and sit on the tower. What are you doing? I take this camping too, it's really fun.
You meant like to use it as a chair, and I was like,
No, to play.
I was gonna be like, why?
Jenga's fun no matter what age you are. Like, the fact that a tower could fall over, that
We
stresses
have an answer.
You have an answer now. The distance from -3 to -13 is what, gentlemen? 10. No, wait. How'd you get a positive answer when both of these numbers are negative?
Well, you see, they're just, okay, even though it's a negative, like they're both negatives, it's always a positive distance.
Because there's a length.
Length has to be positive. So one of the biggest mistakes I've seen as I'm looking through your guys' homework submissions is you think that the length or the distance on the negative side of the number line turns negative. No, you cannot go a negative distance. Length and distance always have to be positive. So we do the absolute value of -13 minus -3, and that is how we get our answer here. Good job, gents. 7 is off the board. Come up and pull a block and give yourself your points. Sparkle Queens, what question would you like?
Yeah, one farthest down. You see it? Farthest down.
Question master, is he?
Farthest
What
down.
question?
Let him do what he's doing.
You can go all the way to 22, you just can't see him.
It's a middle block.
20! Give yourself your points.
Okay, that was.
Ooh.
3 points.
Did you do it? Yeah, you did a middle block.
Yeah, I told her.
Because of that steal, you guys have a pretty good lead now, so you're pretty safe. So, gentlemen, this is a very difficult problem. I would be solving this for the potentiality of a steal. People doing homework. Anyone need help? Yeah. Alright, what's up?
Everybody try it and try to match it. Don't be mad.
Do you want to come and chat about a couple questions just with me, and I can change his hand later?
Mr. Hudson, so the thing I messed, like I was getting a really bad grade on yesterday, I used my notes and I got 100%.
Can I quote you? Like, can you just like send me that in an email or something? So to say it louder, and so it's on the recording, and maybe I can remember it. Xavier just said, the homework I did really poorly on yesterday, I used my notes, and now I got 100%. That's why we take notes. Like, that's the point of class notes. All right, they're going to need a minute to solve this problem. So, which 4-7 you said? 4-6. Let me see your, let's look at your best submission. You can go ahead and sit here if you want. And we'll
13 for the new number. Did you love it when you were 8 and I said 15?
Okay.
I know.
Which one are we going with?
Okay, we have. We agree. All right.
All right, gentlemen, are you at a consensus?
Yeah.
What is your answer?
Negative 12, 15, 28.
That is incorrect. Ladies, you have 30 seconds to provide me another answer.
And if it's wrong,
Yeah, you want to chat with me about some of these? We are like out of time for class. We're gonna have to get together during AO. Either AO or break. I don't have extensions today because I have a meeting during extensions. So yeah, get with me at AO or break. All right, ladies, do you have an answer? Otherwise, I'm solving this together before we walk out of here. First thing you would want to do in any problem involving mixed numbers. Give me your answer. Nope. Close. Make it improper. 2 times 7 plus 2. So 14 plus 2, I get 16 sevenths. Then plus negative 5 times 4 is 20 plus 3, 23 fourths. So you have to realize the whole thing is negative. So it's 5 times 4 is 20. Add the 3 is 23. Then it's all negative. Is that what's throwing you off converting to this improper? Okay, so then I need to match my denominators. Can 7 turn into 4? Can 4 turn into 7? No. So grab your other denominator and multiply the whole thing by that. From there, this becomes 40 plus 24 is 64 28ths plus a negative 140 plus 21, 161 28ths. We're adding. Do they have the same sign or different signs? Different. So we really want to take the sign of more power. 161 is more than 64. And then because the different signs, we find the difference. We have to borrow. 11 minus 8 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. I get 133. I believe I've done my math right. 46, 12, 24, yeah. So 133 over 28.
Or is it 123 over 2?
Sorry, wow.
I think it's 123.
This is why in my head I was like, this is not right. Minus 64. Sorry, your other numerator. So we have to borrow. 11 minus 4, 7. Borrow again. 15 minus 6. 997 over 28, and the whole thing is negative because my negative had more power. So then we will simplify this out, and it becomes negative 3 and 1 28ths. Sorry, not 1. 13 would be the remainder on the top. So you're negative 2 and 13 28ths. You just had the wrong whole number. All right, with that, it doesn't really matter who won, so have a great day. This assignment will be on Schoology as an optional review for you.